This is not your place.
Start anew and develop our real. Stop for 5 seconds. Wait. Go. Whoa. Here he comes.
Hide, Sam. Waste of the source of Energon hidden on this.
Optimus!
I'll take you.
Autobots attack! Get them out of here! Their signals.
I can find him for us. The time has come. Decepticon.
You think you can bring him back to life?
See the flare?
Right over there! See it?
Of bad news, but there's some.
Not let him reach Optimus.
Mean robots. Kung Fu grip, boy! Kung Fu grip!
For his feet!
You're never eating Keep fighting, mudflap.
Please, let's go! Oh, God! What? Go! Please, stop. Stop. Just go. And I know what you need me. Hey, look! Here's what you want. Stay tight, Bob. Come on, come on. Bumblebee! This is not for a discussion!
Come on! Michaela!
Guardians! We got help! Now!
You're crazy! This is Warlord rolling strike packages out.
Contact strike.
Spotted Sam.
No more watch.
We got ourselves an alien remodeling.
That's classified.
You tell him to ready. Jack!
This way! Move it! Go!
Contact. Proceed 88 Alpha Sierra.
You are approved to drop your 2005 J.
What do you got? I couldn't get to him.
Sam!
Coming for us!
Hold the airstrike! We're resting!
Keep firing! Come on! Get up!
You better have a good reason for us to be here. An airstrike come.
I have to get to him right.
Meters above sea level.
Fire.
It's on my command, okay? You guys stick. I told him to hit the orange smoke.
Viper, thunder.
Optimus!
Brothers could not stop sun. My Decepticon life. And you will have a power you've.
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the metal-on-metal mayhem of Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. A film that dares to ask, what if ancient Egyptians had really big robot problems? We kick things off way back in 17,000 BC, where a fierce battle rages between primitive humans and towering alien robots. Turns out these aren't just any robots. They're the original Prime, trying to stop the rogue Transformer the Fallen from activating a device called the Solar Harvester. This colossal contraption is designed to drain our sun to pure energon, which, you know, would really put a damper on our plans for its good. Before you head off, if you're enjoying the kind of content I make, please consider liking and subscribing. No pressure, but it truly helps me keep the action coming. Fast forward to the credits. And the Autobots, now allied with a global military task force called NETS, are still playing robot whack-a-mole with the remaining Decepticons. Join them in Shanghai, China, where a Decepticon named Demolishor is making a spectacular mess. Optimus Prime, ever the leader, brings the thunder, leading Ironhide and the slick new Autobot Sideswipe into a chaotic urban battle. The ground shakes with every step, and the metallic screeches of transforming robots echo through the cityscape. It's a beautifully choreographed symphony of destruction, complete with side swipes, impressive blade work, and Ironhide's booming cannons. The sheer scale of these battles is just jaw-dropping, making you feel every single impact. Meanwhile, back in the suburban sprawl, Sam Witwicky, our human hero, is gearing up for college. It's a bittersweet moment as he's packing his life into boxes, trying to figure out how to maintain a long-distance relationship with Michaela and, more importantly, how to break the news to his emotionally needy guardian, Bumblebee, that he's not coming to college. The emotional turmoil is palpable, especially for Bee, who resorts to classic puppy dog antics, including pretending to malfunction, which, let's be honest, is peak roommate behavior. The clatter of objects as Bee accidentally knocks them over adds a comedic touch to the domestic scene, a brief respite before the cosmic stakes return with a vengeance. Sam's parents are, as always, an absolute delight, providing much-needed comedic relief with their exaggerated reactions and well-meaning but often cringe-worthy advice. They're basically the human equivalent of a car alarm that won't turn off, but you still love them. Amidst the packing chaos, Sam discovers a small shard of the Allspark, the very object that kick-started this whole saga. And just like a caffeine shot to a procrastinating student, this shard makes everything around it intensely active. We get a truly wild sequence as kitchen appliances, a blender, a toaster, a vacuum cleaner, suddenly spring to life, transforming into tiny, aggressive Decepticons. The whirring blades of the blender bot, the snapping jaws of the toaster bot, and the desperate attempts of Sam to fend off these miniature terrors are hilariously frantic. It's a scene that perfectly blends slapstick comedy with the underlying threat of the Transformers' power, highlighting that even a tiny piece of their tech can cause a major headache. The rapid-fire transformations and the metallic squeals of the mini-bots are surprisingly intimidating. Once at college, Sam's Allspark-induced visions intensify. He starts seeing ancient Cybertronian symbols and hearing strange, echoing voices, which, let's be honest, is not ideal for making a good first impression with your new roommate. These aren't just bad dreams. They're direct links to the ancient past, hinting at a much larger conspiracy. Before he can even get a handle on his bizarre new psychic abilities, the Decepticons come knocking, or rather exploding through his dorm room. This isn't your average campus visit. It's a full-on abduction attempt by Ravage, a truly iconic cassette bot, who, despite his lack of dialogue, radiates pure menace with his sleek design and razor-sharp teeth. The sudden appearance of Ravage and his micro-Decepticon minions is a jarring shift from college life to high-stakes survival. The metallic growls and rapid movements are genuinely unsettling. The abduction attempt culminates in a massive, brutal forest battle. The fight choreography here is spectacular, with Optimus Prime taking on not just Megatron, but also Starscream and Grindor. It's a relentless onslaught, a metallic ballet of punches, lasers, and desperate maneuvers. The sound of Prime's axe cleaving through metal, the heavy thuds of robot bodies colliding, and the frantic whirring of Starscream's jets create an immersive, high-stakes auditory experience. But despite his incredible prowess, Optimus is ultimately overwhelmed. In a truly gut-wrenching moment, Megatron impales Optimus Prime, ending his life in a truly shocking and devastating blow. The gasp, the sudden silence after the impact, and the sight of Optimus falling are designed to hit you right in the feels. It's a testament to how much we've come to care for this big, honorable robot. This scene really ups the ante, proving that no one is truly safe in this war. With Optimus Prime tragically offline, the ancient evil, the Fallen, makes his grand entrance. revealing himself as the true puppet master behind Megatron's scheme. He's the original big bad, a vengeful elder prime who feels personally betrayed by his own kind, which, you know, is a pretty understandable motive for galactic domination. His voice is deep and resonates with ancient power, a truly imposing figure whose very presence chills you to the bone. He lays out his grand plan to retrieve the matrix of leadership which is required to power the solar harvester, allowing him to drain Earth's sun and create enough energon to rebuild the Decepticon empire. It's a classic villain monologue, delivered with an intensity that truly sells the threat. The sheer arrogance and cold determination in his voice make it clear that Earth is merely a pit stop on his journey to power. Devastated by Optimus's death, Sam is now the universe's most reluctant scholar. He, Michaela, and his conspiracy theorist roommate Leo pore over ancient texts and symbols, trying to decipher the alien glyphs burned into Sam's mind. The urgency is palpable. The clock is ticking not just for Earth, but for Optimus, too. The frantic turning of pages, the hushed whispers of their research, and the occasional frustrated sigh from Sam underscore the desperate nature of their quest. It's a refreshing change of pace, showing our heroes using their brains rather than just brawn. The tension is built not through explosions, but through the weighty silence of impending doom and the ticking clock of a dying sun. The scratching of pencils and flipping of pages create a soundscape of academic urgency. Enter Leo Spitz, Sam's college roommate, who is less concerned with term papers and more with documenting every fringe alien theory known to man. He's the perfect blend of annoying and oddly useful. With a website dedicated to alien contact, he hilariously, and quite accidentally, provides crucial exposition about the Transformers, linking Sam's visions to a bigger picture. His rapid-fire delivery of conspiracy facts, punctuated by exasperated sighs from Sam and Michaela, is pure gold. It's a reminder that even in the face of world-ending threats, there's always time for a good chuckle at someone's expense. His earnest belief in the unbelievable makes him a surprisingly endearing character, adding a much-needed sprinkle of levity to the grim situation. The rustling of papers and the clickety-clack of his keyboard are almost as persistent as his theories. Following a clue from Sam's visions, our intrepid trio heads to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, hoping to find answers among the relics. And what do they find? An SR-71 Blackbird that's seen better days, housing a truly magnificent, grumpy, and ancient transformer named Jetfire. Sam's Allspark shard brings him roaring back to life, literally. Jetfire is a marvel of character design, a creaking, wheezing, jet engine-belching relic whose transformations sound like an old train struggling to start. He's got this wonderfully cantankerous personality, prone to sputtering and complaining. But he's also a treasure trove of information about the Primes, the Fallen, and the hidden history of Cybertronians on Earth. His gravelly voice, punctuated by coughs and metallic groans, provides a fascinating, if slightly verbose, history lesson about the Primes and their war against the Fallen. Jetfire, with the dramatic flair of an ancient storyteller who's seen too much, explains that the Fallen was one of the original 13 Primes, a renegade who coveted power and planned to harvest Earth's sun. The other Primes sacrificed themselves, hiding the matrix of leadership, the key to powering the harvester and sealing away the fallen. This exposition dump, while lengthy, is absolutely crucial for expanding the lore. It introduces the concept of the Primes as a lineage, not just a random group of powerful robots. Jetfire's voice, a blend of ancient wisdom and metallic weariness, truly sells the weight of his tale. The sound of his creaking joints as he moves and the occasional jet engine sputter emphasize his age and the arduous history he's lived through. He truly embodies the world-building narrative focus, laying down the groundwork for millennia of Transformers history. The Fallen, now fully embracing his role as intergalactic supervillain, makes a chilling global broadcast. His booming voice, amplified across every television screen and radio, declares his ultimatum: surrender Sam Witwicky, or face the complete annihilation of Earth. It's a classic villain move, designed to turn humanity against its own hero. The sheer scale of this announcement, echoing across cities and remote villages, makes the threat feel incredibly real and immediate. The collective gasp of humanity, a quiet hum of fear that permeates the scene, is almost as loud as the Fallen's pronouncement. It solidifies the stage. Sam isn't just fighting for himself anymore. He's literally holding the fate of the entire planet in his hands. Talk about pressure. I couldn't even pick a college major without second-guessing myself, let alone decide the fate of humanity. With the world looking for Sam, and the Decepticons closing in, the only option is to follow Jetfire's cryptic clues. The Nest forces, along with our human heroes and the Autobots, board a massive cargo plane headed for Egypt, the ancient birthplace of, well, a lot of the Transformers problems. The rumbling engines of the aircraft and the metallic creaks of the Autobots shifting uneasily within the cargo hold add to the tension of the journey. The sense of urgency is palpable as they race against time and the global manhunt for Sam. It's a moment of uneasy alliance, with military strategists and giant alien robots huddled together, united by a common enemy. The shifting sands of the desert below them feel both ancient and ominously quiet, hinting at the buried secrets they are about to unearth. It's like the ultimate field trip, only with more explosions and less permission slips. No trip to a desert alien war zone is complete without an ambush, and Revenge of the Fallen delivers with Scorpion. This giant scorpion-like Decepticon erupts from beneath the sand, its metallic claws tearing through vehicles and spitting fire. The unexpected attack causes immediate chaos, with soldiers scrambling and the sound of heavy machine gun fire filling the air. The crunch of sand under Scorponok's segmented body and the high-pitched shriek of its tail slicing through metal are visceral and jarring. It's a classic monster movie moment, showcasing the raw, brutal power of the Decepticons when they have the element of surprise. The desert, once silent and vast, becomes a cacophony of destruction. A stark reminder that danger lurks everywhere in this transformed world. Jetfire, despite his age, manages to fend him off. But it's a close call. Jetfire's ramblings lead our heroes to a hidden library, a forgotten annex beneath the famed Library of Alexandria, which, as it turns out, is a front for an ancient Cybertronian archive. Sam, Michaela, and Leo discover a secret chamber, a marvel of ancient alien engineering, filled with relics and scrolls. The musty smell of ancient paper and the metallic tang of alien tech mix in the air, creating an atmosphere of profound discovery. The chamber hums with a low, ambient energy, and the light reflects off forgotten artifacts, each one telling a story of a time long past. It's a quiet moment of revelation, contrasting sharply with the earlier explosions, highlighting the rich history embedded in this universe. This is where the world building really shines.
You're not gonna do that.
Adding layers of history and mystery to the Transformers' presence on Earth. Within the secret library, Sam's visions combine with the ancient texts, and he finds a specific artifact, a Seeker's Key. When activated, it projects a holographic map, leading them to the fabled matrix of leadership. The soft hum of the artifact as it activates, the shimmering blue light casting eerie shadows on the ancient walls, and the gasp of realization from the group create a powerful moment of discovery. It's like finding the ultimate treasure map, only the treasure is a MacGuffin that can bring Optimus back and save the world. The intricate details of the holographic map, tracing lines across ancient landscapes, highlight the meticulous planning of the Primes. It feels like a historical expedition, but with much higher stakes and the lingering threat of robot bad guys. Following the holographic map, the team ventures into a desolate desert, finally uncovering a massive hidden tomb. This isn't just any tomb. It's the resting place of the original Primes, whose metallic bodies lie in various states of decay. Their once glorious forms now eroded by time and sand. The sheer size of these fallen heroes, their still forms radiating a sense of ancient power, is awe-inspiring. The muted sounds of their footsteps echoing in the vast, silent chamber, and the gritty feel of sand crunching underfoot add to the solemn atmosphere. It's a chilling reminder of the Prime's sacrifice and the long, brutal history of the Cybertronian War. This scene truly underscores the deep history of the Transformers, showing that even gods can fall. It's quite the morbid tourist attraction, isn't it? Amidst the dust and the decaying husks of the Primes, Sam locates the matrix of leadership. It's not a grand, towering structure, but a small, crystalline artifact, pulsating with a soft, ethereal blue light. The quiet reverence with which Sam approaches it, the faint hum it emits as he reaches out, and the immediate surge of energy he feels upon touching it, all contribute to a moment of profound significance. It feels ancient, powerful, and incredibly fragile all at once. The sheer simplicity of its design, contrasting with its immense power, is a clever touch. It's not about flash, it's about raw, concentrated energy. This tiny object holds the key to bringing back Optimus Prime and potentially saving the world. No pressure, though. Armed with the Matrix, Sam and his companions sprint across the desert, desperately trying to reach Optimus Prime's fallen body. But of course, the Decepticons are right on their tail. The frantic sounds of Sam's labored breathing, the crunch of his boots on the sand, and the distant, menacing whirring of Decepticon vehicles create a sense of breathless urgency. It's a high-stakes foot race with the fate of the universe literally in Sam's hands. The sun beats down mercilessly, adding another layer of physical challenge to their already dire situation. Every step feels like a struggle. Every glance back a confirmation of the relentless pursuit. The desert landscape, once a canvas for ancient history, is now a perilous racetrack. Just when you thought things couldn't get any bigger, cue the Constructicons. These individual Decepticons combine in a truly epic, metal-screeching, gear-grinding sequence to form the absolute monstrosity known as Devastator. The sheer size and destructive power of this robot are breathtaking. His formation sequence is a symphony of scraping metal, hydraulic groans, and the thudding impacts of massive parts locking into place. And what does he do? He immediately starts tearing apart the ancient pyramids, aiming to uncover the hidden solar harvester. The deafening roar of Devastator, coupled with the crumbling sounds of ancient stone, makes him an unstoppable force of nature. It's a spectacle of mechanical might that redefines large and in charge. You can practically feel the ground shaking with every step this behemoth takes. The battle for the solar harvester is now in full swing, turning the ancient Egyptian landscape into a war zone. Nest forces, led by Lennox, launch a desperate assault on the pyramids, attempting to stop Devastator and the other Decepticons. Soldiers rappel down crumbling pyramid faces, their gunfire echoing against the ancient stone, while missiles streak across the sky. The air is thick with the scent of gunpowder and dust. The soundscape is a chaotic symphony of human weapons, Decepticon lasers, and the agonizing groans of the collapsing pyramids. It's a beautifully destructive sequence, showcasing the courage of the human soldiers against overwhelming odds. The desperation in their voices and the frantic rhythm of their footsteps add to the intensity of the fight, proving that sometimes even the small guys can make a huge impact. As the battle rages around him, Sam, now battered and bruised, but fueled by sheer determination, stumbles towards Optimus Prime's lifeless body. The sand whips around him, stinging his eyes, and the sounds of the battle are a muffled roar in his ears. The matrix of leadership glows faintly in his hand, his last hope. The agonizing effort in each of his steps, the ragged breaths he takes, and the visual of Optimus lying still emphasize the monumental task before him. It's a true hero's journey moment, stripped down to raw emotion and will. The desperation is etched on his face, a silent scream of defiance against the inevitable. You can almost feel the grit of the sand and the burning sun on your own skin as he pushes forward. In a moment of profound despair, Sam reaches Optimus and, with trembling hands, places the matrix of leadership upon his chest. But instead of a surge of life, the ancient artifact crumbles into a pile of sand, a silent, agonizing failure. The accompanying sound of crumbling dust, almost a whisper, feels louder than any explosion. The hopes of humanity and Sam's personal grief are reflected in this devastating setback. It's a crushing blow, leaving Sam vulnerable and Optimus still lifeless. The silence that follows the crumbling matrix is a stark contrast to the chaos of the battle, highlighting the weight of this moment. Just when you think things can't get any worse, the universe reminds you it has a cruel sense of humor. As Sam collapses in defeat, something extraordinary happens. He's transported to an ethereal plane, surrounded by the spectral forms of the original Primes. They aren't just figures from history. They communicate with him, explaining that the Matrix isn't just found, it's earned. It's a bridge, not a battery. The low, resonant voices of the ancient Primes, echoing with wisdom and compassion, fill the auditory space. This is a moment of pure world-building magic, deepening the spiritual and philosophical aspects of the Transformers lore. It gives Sam the emotional clarity and understanding he needs. The shimmering, almost dreamlike visuals of the Primes create a truly otherworldly experience, emphasizing the profound connection between Sam and their ancient lineage. It's like getting life advice from the coolest, wisest ancestors imaginable, but they're giant alien robots. Understanding finally dawns on Sam. He regathers the dust, and with a renewed surge of spiritual energy, the Matrix reforms in his hands, glowing brighter than ever. He places it on Optimus, and this time it works. The glorious transformation, the sound of gears whirring, hydraulics hissing, and the magnificent roar of Optimus Prime as his eyes ignite with vibrant blue light sends shivers down your spine. It's a moment of pure triumph, a rallying cry amidst the chaos. The thunderous return of Optimus, his booming voice proclaiming his return, signifies a massive shift in the battle's momentum. The sheer joy and relief for the human and Autobot forces are almost palpable. A collective sigh of gratefulness. The clanging and grinding of his resurrection is music to our ears. But the fight isn't over, and Optimus needs an upgrade. In a truly heroic, if slightly grim act, Jetfire, mortally wounded from the battle, makes the ultimate sacrifice. With a grunt and a wheeze, he rips out his own spark and offers his parts to Optimus. The groaning metal of Jetfire's body as he falls apart, followed by the clanking assembly of his components onto Optimus, is a powerful and emotional scene. It's a passing of the torch, an ancient warrior empowering the new. The transformation is visually stunning, turning Optimus into a flying, superpowered force of nature. The whirring of new thrusters and the crackle of enhanced weaponry signify a new, formidable Optimus. It truly shows the deep bonds these giant robots share, even if it involves dismemberment. Family, right? Now supercharged with Jetfire's components, Optimus Prime takes to the skies, a fiery blue streak of vengeance. He confronts the Fallen in an epic, brutal aerial battle above the collapsing pyramids. The roar of Optimus's new thrusters, the crackle of his enhanced weaponry, and the metallic clang of his blows against the Fallen create an almost operatic combat sequence. This isn't just a fight. It's a clash of ideologies, a battle for the very soul of Cybertron and Earth. The power disparity is clear. Optimus is now a force to be reckoned with. Each punch carries the weight of all the primes, each laser blast a burning resolve. It's the ultimate showdown, a truly satisfying moment of good triumphing over ancient evil, served with a side of incredibly cool robot acrobatics. The dust and debris kicked up by their impacts are almost characters in themselves. While Optimus is busy giving the Fallen a much-deserved beatdown, he also makes sure to dismantle the solar harvester. With a final explosive burst of energy, the ancient machine is obliterated, its purpose thwarted. The deafening explosion, followed by the rumbling collapse of the pyramid around it, signifies the ultimate victory against the Fallen's grand plan. The sound of metal twisting and groaning, followed by the shower of sparks and debris, feels like a collective sigh of relief from the sun itself. It's a decisive blow that ensures humanity gets to keep its life-giving star, preventing an intergalactic energy crisis that would have made our current gas prices look like a bargain. The sheer finality of the destruction ensures that Earth is safe, at least for now. With the solar harvester destroyed, Optimus turns his full, righteous fury on the Fallen. In a shockingly brutal and visually impactful moment, Optimus rips the Fallen's face apart, exposing his spark and effectively ending his reign of terror. The metallic shriek of the Fallen, followed by the gruesome tearing sound, is a visceral and unforgettable moment. It's a powerful statement. Optimus isn't just a hero. He's a force of nature, especially when you mess with his friends or his planet. The subsequent silence, broken only by the settling dust and distant echoes of the battle, underscores the finality of this confrontation. It's a victory that feels earned through sweat, sparks, and a healthy dose of ancient Cybertronian mythology. The air itself seems to hold its breath as the ancient villain meets his brutal end. In the quiet aftermath, as the dust settles over the desert and the sun begins to rise, Optimus Prime stands amidst the wreckage, a beacon of hope against a backdrop of devastation. He reflects on the immense sacrifices made and the bonds forged between humans and Autobots. The distant cries of emergency services, the metallic creaks of his own frame, and the gentle sigh of the wind across the sand create a moment of profound introspection. He acknowledges that while this battle is won, the war against evil is far from over. It's a thoughtful, solemn ending, reminding us that even in victory, there's a heavy cost and a constant vigilance required. The world building here extends beyond just the robots. It encompasses the evolving relationship between two very different species, united by a common future. And so the world-saving adventure concludes, leaving us with a sense of wonder. A few lingering questions about ancient robot politics, and the enduring power of friendship, even if one of your friends is a literal transforming truck.